name is Gary Westley. Clackamas Bandachina, Kamqua, Quino, Kutat, Kalapuya. So usually, because I'm Native American, we usually introduce our tribe as we're introducing ourselves, or clans, or so and such. I'm a father, student, and also I've worked numerous different jobs within the Native community, doing social work and community work. And then I've also, coached for a lot of years, helping my brother here, Andrew, coach at ATT, and then or before that when it was Gracie Ball and stuff. So numerous tournaments, but also coached youth basketball for pretty much underserved youth, or youth who are in foster care, whatnot, or who are displaced or whatnot. So that's kind of where I've been at. I've been involved in the community work for probably like 7 years now and such. And so it's really been a journey. And I thank you, Andrew, for allowing me to come on here and share a little bit about, my story and my journey that has been happening and is continuing to happen as I go forward. So
what are the main things that you're focused on now? Like, what's the main work projects or motivations that you're focused on in your life right now?
Well, this past summer, we've been talking about it, but I've been, kind of made a career switch a little bit, so I needed to make a little money because I had some contracts, fall through because I would do summer camps and stuff to supplement income while I'm in school. And so right now I'm entering in my senior year of college, and it's been pretty much like a 10-year journey to complete my degree. And it's really an important thing to me as a personal goal because, not a lot of my family, I think only my auntie has went to college, I believe, out of my, immediate family. And so it's really a, breaking barriers type of deal. And, it feels good to break that barrier and be able to complete that. And, it's been more challenging. This year has been more than challenging than anything because of how school has been changed, the format that has been changed, especially for my kids. But, that's just one of the smaller goals that I have. One of the long-term goals of mine is to really find a way to bring martial arts to different communities, or one community in specific, which is the Cully neighborhood or community, I guess you'd call it. And that's kind of one of my lifetime goals, on top of, competing and stuff like that. And, that ties into my degree, which is in business management and leadership, which I hope to use to really manage the gym. What I want to do is open up a gym, essentially, or academy. And so hopefully I'll be able to use that degree to be able to manage it in a very manage it so it's a successful business that also serves a purpose to the community, which is the ultimate goal. And so those are kind of like my life goals right there, and those are things I'm getting closer and closer to fulfilling those goals.
Something, as I've gotten to know you better, and we did some work together, over this summer, and as I got to know you better through that work, I see you as someone who embodies this like steady, unshakable strength towards your goals, towards being in service to your community. And that's something that's really inspired me, and something that I really respect about you. And so, I think one thing is I think we need more leaders that embody that integrity, that embody that motivation to really serve their communities in a real way. They're not about getting power just for power's sake. They're not about manipulating people. They're really about, like, straight up what they're saying, simply like serving the community, serving their families, serving the people in their lives, so that uplifts the community and uplifts other people. So I just wanted to give you that reflection, that's something I really admire about you, is you have that steadfastness. Can you share a little bit about the people that have influenced your life and your ability to be a great leader in your community, and some things about them?
Yeah. I mean, there's numerous great leaders in the Native community. There's so many that were great influences in my life, and I guess probably the biggest would be Tana Sanchez. She's a state representative for, I can't remember what district, off the top of my head, but she essentially was an auntie in my life. She manages the domestic violence and foster care department at the Native American Youth and Family Center, which is where I worked at, actually. So when I started doing community work, I got into working at the Native American Youth and Family Center, and she was the one of the directors there, and that was the department she directed. But I've known her since I was a little kid, so she was probably one of the better leaders, who's very idealistic, who sort of created that standard of morality that I always, wanted, what I mean, or thought that was like, this is how things should be. We should have this type of integrity and stuff. And she always held me to a higher standard, which was great. She was one of the greater people in my life as far as being an influence. And we never really had too many like really in-depth conversations, but it was more like just by her actions and how she was able to, she was pretty much like the matriarch in our community, more or less. And so she was kind of one of those great individuals that I was able to look up to. Another person was Tyler Barlow, and he is another one of our spiritual leaders in the community, and he would travel. He still, like, despite all these health issues, he travels to prisons around the state, and does ceremonies with the men in the prison. And he's one of those guys who just has this way about him of no nonsense when it comes to certain things. Because people tend to, when you're doing community work or social work, however you want to frame it, people tend to avoid accountability on their own. They always want to blame somewhere else, or talk about things that are unrelated to the real issue at hand. And he was always great about kind of cutting through that facade and getting directly to the main issue that's happening, or the real topic at hand and stuff. And those two people have really been great influences in my life. And then there's a few others here and there, but those two have been, they've created the standard of leadership that it's kind of hard to copy. And I try to search for that other places when maybe they aren't around and stuff like that. And I'd actually like to say, Andrew, you too. I think your leadership and being able to remain, I think your calmness is something that I aspire for. Your ability to remain even, in all these situations and stuff. And just from what I witnessed in our coaching and stuff like that. And I let my emotions get the best of me. And you're one of those people that I aspire to be, as far as being able to be in that even keel. So
thanks, man. And that's really cool. What you shared is like those two individuals that really had a powerful impact on you. They had that powerful impact because they lived by example, and you observed that, or they live by example. And I know that's what my mentors have just talked so much about, is how do you live by example? Depending on if we're in the work of working with people, of working with individuals, the way we live our life is our best business card, right? If we have services that are meant to provide great impact to others, well, are we living a life of integrity? Do we have that strength and that ability to remain equanimous through difficult times, or even through amazing times, right? I love what you shared about the people that have had that impact on your life. That also speaks a lot to where your heart is, the fact of where these people that really stood out to you and set the example for you, they're really serving people that need it the most. And so that kind of indicates where your heart is. Hey, thanks for watching. If you got value out of this video, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, and make sure you click the bell so that you get notifications for the next videos that we put out. We've got a lot of amazing content, videos, and interviews coming up. So you'll definitely want to get the notifications, because we're interviewing some amazing people. We've got a lot of cool things happening. So you're going to want to make sure you get those notifications. And then you can also follow Embody the Practice on Facebook and Instagram. You can also go to my website, embodythepractice.com. You can contact me. You can learn more about the coaching that I offer, and learn more about how we can support you to live a greater life of strength, health, and happiness in all areas of your life. So I look forward to connecting with you more. And until next time, stay strong, stay resilient, and stay healthy out there.